Today we'll be reading Chapter 1 of A History of the World in 7 Cheap Things by Raj Patel and Jason Moore. Chapter 1, Cheap Nature. It only took a day from her crime to her execution, yet court documents don't even record her name. She lived in Tlaxcala, New Spain, and on Sunday, July 18th, 1599, she smashed crosses in a church, incited Chickamauga Indians to rebel against the Spanish, and killed a Saracen Indian using sorcery. The next day she was arrested. 6 witnesses testified against her. As the sun set, she was permitted to speak in her defense. She recounted her deeds, and then, according to the court record, recounted a dream of deer, and they said to her not to turn away, and that they were looking for her, and that they did not want to appear to anyone else but her, because she was ill, and they wanted to see her. And she said that she was very old the time she saw the figures, and now she is young and healthy, and they have taken away some cataracts that she had. And then these 2 figures went into a cave with her, and they gave her a horse, which she has in said pueblo of Tlaxcala, and that one of the 2 figures was a deer that rode atop of a horse, and the other deer had the horse bridled, and on that occasion she was crippled, and after seeing the 2 figures, she is well. Of the crimes she committed, her dream was the worst. She might have fueled insurrection, desecrated a church, and interfered with the flow of silver from Chickamauga land, but most dangerous, she offered a vision of order and nature contrary to the colonizers. The horse was ridden not by Spanish men, but by a deer, the symbol of the Chickamauga, not white men astride nature, but local life upon the colonizers' life. The dreamer of this dream was guilty of calling not just for a political insurrection, but for a cosmic one. She dreamed the order of the world seditiously. She was hanged as a witch later that afternoon. It's hard to speak of this woman without knowing her name. Her killers called her a witch. That is a name she may have used for herself, albeit without its colonial venom. Even though her name was cited so little that it didn't merit an entry in the conquistadors' paperwork, it is an act of memory against forgetting that her story is told. The dreamer of this radically different ecology had to be killed, swiftly. To allow her to live would sanction an alternative to capitalism's world ecology. Our Chickamauga woman was killed by a civilized society because her natural savagery broke its rules. This transgression, this crime, was a relatively new idea. As recently as 1330, savage meant intrepid, indomitable, valiant. That positive use faded by the end of the 15th century, replaced with its modern one of, in a state of nature, wild. This isn't an accident. At the time of the execution of the Chickamauga witch, the terms nature and society were being produced. At the very moment when Las Casas and Sepulveda were debating the fate of indigenous peoples, were they natural slaves? The meaning of our everyday word society experienced a momentous change. Beginning in the middle of the 16th century, society came to mean not just the company we keep, but also a bigger whole of which individuals are a part. The notion that individuals are part of collective units greater than themselves isn't new. Humans have long given names to and established boundaries around social groups, being part of the polis, the city, the Middle Kingdom, Christendom, the chosen people, and so on. But modern society has a historically unique antonym, nature. On the other side of society are not other humans, but the wild. Before nation came society. Before society could be defended, it had to be invented, and it was invented through the policing of a strict boundary with nature.